Welcome back, everyone, to another session of the A4Q Global Summit, Testing Summit. So we are having a bit of a difficulty with our guest, but we will have her back. In the meantime, we would really like you to vote for your favorite speaker and presentation today. Anyone you have seen that has been interesting to you, go to our program on the A4Q Summit page, click on your favorite speaker's name and give them 5 stars. While we wait for her, we can help you to do that. So just navigate over to A4Q Summit's website and give our speakers, your favorite speakers, some stars. We will take a short minute to give our guest a few minutes to gather herself, and then we'll be back online with you. Thank you so much for your patience. Hi there, Tinatin. Fantastic to have you.
Hello, Leonie.
Hi there.
Hello.
So, thank you for joining us. I know you had a bit of difficulties there, but thank you for making it. We're really, really excited to hear your presentation. Um, Tinatin, you bring along with you 15 years of experience in software quality management and IT analysis roles, something really exciting. And you also serve as an instructor for the software quality management basics course at Alta University while holding the position of assistant professor. It's really, really exciting to have you here. We are all of us were waiting to hear you talk about your presentation today on adapting to dynamic user requirements. Without further ado, I'm going to leave the stage for you.
Great. Thank you, Leonie, for a kind introduction. I am truly grateful for A4Q for granting me opportunities to address this esteemed A4Q Summit audience. So, hello everyone at A4Q Summit. Today I'm delighted to be here to discuss about adapting to dynamic user requirement. In the next 30 minutes, I'll provide a concise overview of this subject. So let's look through this session's agenda. In the next few minutes, I'll provide why it's important to understand and meet the changing needs of our users, whether they are customers who want easy shopping, software users who accept user-friendly interface, or people who want personalized content. The digital world is always changing because of new technology, how people behave, and the drive come up with new ideas. During this presentation, we'll talk about the problems that come with changing user needs, the stages, the strategies we can use to deal with them, and what these strategies mean in different industries. We'll talk about focusing on what user wants, using data to guide our decisions, and even using new technology to change how we meet user needs. But why is all of this so important? It's so simple. People today don't just want solutions. They want experience that's matched what they like and want. Whether it's online shopping or application we use every day, we accept things to be relevant, personalized, and able to change. If we cannot do this, we risk falling behind in a fast moving world. So, without waiting any longer, let's get into detail of adapting changing user needs. Sorry. Uh, understanding the changing user needs is like looking into a constantly shifting pattern of what people want. In today's fast-changing world, users don't stick to the same expectation. Instead, they want change over time. Dynamic user requirements involve the changing demands and preferences of individuals, customers, or audience when they use products, services, or platforms. Imagine this, a person using software might initially want simple interface, but later on they might want more advanced features, pushing the limits of what they think is necessary. Similarly, an online shopper might start by wanting quick delivery, but later focus on the environmentally friendly package or personalized recommendations. The important things to remember here is that those preferences are not fixed. They are more like the flow of river influenced by things outside of control, like new technology, what's happening in a society, and what our competitors are doing. As creators of user experiences, it's our job to go with flow, just and adjust our plans and make sure what we offer stay useful and meaningful. Adapting to changing user needs, it's not just about following the latest trends. It's about understanding the small changes in what users expect and being flexible. Now let's talk about the difficulties that come with this flexibility and strategies that help us handle these always changing situations successfully. Here are some common problems we face in this effort. First, we have to deal with how quickly user expectations change. The digital world changes fast, and so do what user wants. What made them happy just last year might not be enough now. Keeping up with this fast changing is hard, and it means we have look for new trends early. Another issue is finding the right balance between making things personal for users and keeping a consistent experience. Personalization is strong, but it has to work together with keeping things look and feeling the game. Getting this balance right, where users get tailored experience while still recognizing our brand, can be tricky. Then there is a problem of getting feedback from users that's both accurate and on time. Good feedback help us know where to make changes. But our users are busy and sometimes they don't give us all the information we need, which means we might not see the whole picture. Lastly, we have to figure out how to make changes efficiently. Adapting often means changing things we already have in place. Doing this without causing problems and keeping things running smoothly is tough, and it needs a lot of careful planning. Each of those issues shows how through it can be adapted to what user needs, but knowing those problems is the first step in fixing them. In the next part of our talk, we'll talk at ways how to deal with those challenges well. Those ways should help us make changes that meet the needs of our users as they change, and do it in a way that's practical and satisfying. So, as we go on exploring how to adapt to changing user needs, let's remember those challenges as a chance to grow and get better. Now, I'd like to introduce you to important tactics as we work to fulfill the changing needs of our users. Agile development and continuous development. Let's examine those approaches and discover why they are so important for overcoming the problems we have discussed. Let's first talk about agile development. Sorry. Um, let's talk about agile development. It's not simply a buzzword. It refers to a way of thinking that emphasizes flexibility and cooperation. Agile divides large project into manageable pieces known as a sprint. A diverse team works together to develop a usable component of product during each sprint. Utilizing an iterative process enables us to adapt and user needs to change. A vital part of Agile is the regular feedback loop. This means involving user and stakeholder throughout the development process to ensure our product meets their expectation. Those feedback loops enable us to make quick adjustments, address concerns, and use valuable insights in future iterations. Now, let's focus on continuous development in the core of rapid adaptation. This strategy involves two seamless systems for frequently releasing adapts to products. It lets us make change in smaller, more manageable steps, reducing the risk associated with infrequent large updates. To make continuous development work smoothly, we rely on automated testing and quality control. Automated tests ensure that each update is thoroughly tested before it goes live, minimizing the chance of introducing errors. Additionally, automated monitoring tools help us closely watch system performance and user feedback, allowing us to respond promptly to any challenges. By adopting agile development and continuous development, we empower ourselves to stay flexible and responsive when facing changing user needs. These strategies encourage teamwork, streamline the adaptation process, and ultimately lead to more satisfying user expectation. With those methods, we can run challenges into opportunities and tailor our products to meet the ever evolving demands for our users. So, as we move forward, let's keep in mind the power of agility and adaptability in creating outstanding user experience. As we set out our mission to adapt to the changing needs of our users, we have a guiding principle. This is user-centric design. This means putting the user at the center of everything we do. Now, I'd like to talk about two important tools that help us achieve this: user personas and user journey mapping. Let's see how these tools help us understand our users and their changing needs. First, let's discuss user personas. Think of it as creating a character that represents a specific group of users. User personas are like models of our typical users. They give us a deep understanding of what users want, how they behave, and why they do what they do. By creating those personas, we can customize our products and services to match what the real user expect. It's important to remember that user personas are not fixed. They change just like our user preferences. As we learn more and gather insights, our user personas should reflect those changes. Keeping our personas up to date ensure that our effort to adapt stay accurate and relevant. Now let's turn our attention to user journey mapping. This is like creating a visual story of how a user interacts with with our product or services. It helps us see the user's experience from scratch to finish. This map shows us where users might face problems, where they find happiness, and where we need to make improvements. By tracing user paths, we get a complete view of their journey, helping us figure out where and how to make changes. User journey maps also help us spot issues. They show us where user might get frustrated or confused and where they find joy. With these insights, we can make problem we can make smart changes to improve good experiences and solve problems effectively. User personas and user journey mapping in our work is like having a map and compass. They guide us through the changing world of user needs, helping us make smart decisions that leads to better, more user-friendly products. As we continue our journey to meet ever-changing needs to our users, let's remember those tools. They are like trusted companies helping us navigate the changing landscape and ensuring that our efforts stay focused on users, resulting in better, more user-friendly products. In today's ever changing world of user needs, data is incredibly important. It acts as a guiding light, helping us create personalized and effective user experiences. Now let's talk about why data is crucial and how analytics tools play a vital role in shaping our strategies. Think of data as a magical crystal ball. It reveals how users behave, what they like, and where they might have problems. By using this information, we understand what users need and their preferences change over time. Now, let's talk about analytics tools like Google Analytics. Those tools give us a complete view of user engagement, website traffic, and how well users convert into customers. They help us see which pages people spend time on, which feature they find interesting, and where they lose interest. This information guides us in making better decisions. But data is more than just number and graphs. It's like a compass showing us the way to improve. If a feature is not popular anymore, data tells us. If users prefer certain types of content, data shows that too. With this knowledge, we can decide what to improve, what to focus on, and what to let go to make user experience better. In summary, in today's world of changing user needs, data is our best friend and analytic tools are our trusted partners. Together, they help us understand and adapt to what user want, making sure our products and services provide the best possible experiences. In the world of meeting changing user needs, adaptive user interfaces are like guiding lights for customization and flexibility. Let's take closer a look at adaptive UI and its core concept, responsive design. So what's adaptive UI all about? Think of it an interface that's effortlessly adjusted to fit each user, just like a tailor-made suit. Adaptive user interfaces are designed to adapt a flex based on what users like, where they are, and the devices they use. The aim is to make sure that the user experience stay enjoyable, no matter if you are using a big screen, a small one, computer, a tablet, or smartphone. Now, let's talk about responsive design. Imagine a website that looks great, a big computer screen, but becomes a mess on a small smartphone screen. That's where responsive design comes in handy. It's a mention that aims to solve those issues. With responsive design, a single website or application layout smoothly adjusts to different screen size. This guarantees that user gets the best experience, whether they are on computer, tablet, or smartphone. Responsive design uses clever techniques like media queries and flexible layout. Media queries lets us apply specific styles for different screen size, so content can rearrange itself neatly. Flexible layout use units like percentage to make sure content fits nicely of screens of all sizes. So adaptive user interface with their focus on responsive design gives users seamless experience on all devices. By using those techniques, we create interface that are easy to use, engaging, and accessible no matter when, where, or how users choose to interact with them. Now, I would like to share a real-world case study that shows how a company successfully adopts to ever-changing user need. This story is about Spotify, the music streaming giant, which truly excelled in adapting to its user demands. Spotify faces a significant challenge because the music industry's preferences are always shifting. They had to keep millions of users happy with a massive library of of over 70 million songs. But users did not just want access to music, they wanted personalized, flexible experiences. To tackle those challenges, Spotify used some clever strategies. First, they introduced personalized playlists. Spotify used data analytics to create playlists tailored to each user's. Smart algorithms analyze listening habits and the time of day, and even user generating playlists to make them like discover weekly and release rather. This feature adapt to user ever changing musical tastes. Second, Spotify set up a direct feedback loop with your users. They introduced features like liked song and disliked song together, real-time feedback and improve their recommendation. Lastly, they launched an adaptive user interface and the application look and feature change based on how users behave. For example, if someone often listens to podcasts, the application would highlight podcast recommendation. So, what happens as a result of these strategies? Spotify adaptive approach revolutionized the music streaming. Their personalized playlists got more user engaged, with millions discovering new music they loved. The feedback loop helped them quickly fix mistakes and refine their recommendations. The adaptive interface made using the application easy and intuitive. In this case, Spotify's ability to adapt to users' ever-evolving music tastes lead to a platform that felt tailor-made for each person. This approach not only kept exciting users but also attracted new ones, solidifying Spotify's position as a leader in music streaming industry. In conclusion, the Spotify case study highlights the power of adaptation to meet dynamic user needs. By embracing personalization, feedback, and adaptive interfaces, Spotify thrilled in an industry of changing preferences. This story underscores the importance of staying in tune with user demands and evolving to provide exceptional experience. Now let's explore two powerful strategies to meeting changing user needs. Personalization and customization, although those terms are often used incredibly, they have distinct meanings and benefits. Now, first, personalization is about tailored experience based on individual user behaviors, preferences, and history. It's like having a digital assistant and understand your needs and suggest options that match your tastes. On the other hand, customization always users to make choice and adjust element according to their preferences. It's like a buffet where users pick what they want from various options. The benefit of personalization are significant. It makes users feel special because it affords content and recommendations that connect with each person. This leads to better user satisfaction, increased engagement, and stronger loyalty. For example, Netflix user personalization by analyzing your views history to suggest movies and shows you are like to enjoy. This keeps user engaged on their platforms. Similarly, Amazon personalized product recommendation based on past purchase and browsing history have contributed to their success. Both of those companies shows how personalization can improve user experiences, making them leaders in user-centric design. Remember that while personalization and customization have different approaches, they both cater to the changing needs of users in today's ever-evolving digital world. Mm, uh, Now move forward and let's explore the future of adapting to changing user needs, where exciting possibilities are emerging. One thrill trend is the rise of voice and gesture control. Imagine the world where we interact with devices using only our voice or hand improvements. This not only simplifies interaction but also accommodates users with different abilities. As devices become more intuitive, adapting to user needs will go beyond the limitations of traditional interfaces. Now let's dive into the realm of AI and machine learning. Those technologies play a crucial role in the future of adaptation. They don't just react to user needs, they predict them. AI algorithms carefully analyze vast amounts of data and identify patterns and behaviors. This empowers systems to suggest content, products, or actions proactively, tailor experiences even before users explicitly express their preferences. However, aimed those exciting prospects, we must not forget about ethical consideration. Striking the right balance between personalization and user privacy is of utmost importance. Excessive personalization can lead to discomfort and endure trust. Therefore, respecting user consent, safeguarding their data, and giving user control over their experiences are essential principles of ethical adaptation. In the world where data holds significant power, ethical considerations guide us in creating meaningful experience without compromising user trust. Those future trends open up a world exciting opportunities. As we adapt dynamic user needs, these trends encourage us to push creative boundaries while maintaining a strong foundation of ethical awareness. As we navigate to the ever-changing world of a user requirement, it's crucial to adopt best practices that serve as our guiding principles. Those strategies keeps us anchored to effective adaptation, ensuring we remain on the right path. First and foremost, let's explore the importance of maintaining open communication. Picture is as a two-way street where information flows streamly between users and developers, regularly seeking feedback from users and inviting them to share their thoughts and preferences is essential. This feedback loop guides us in shaping a product that truly concentrates with users, changing continuous cycle of improvement. Now let's talk about regularly adapting user personas and journey maps. Those are like our compass and map in the world of adaptation. Just as landscapes change, so do user behaviors. It's vital to regularly update these tools to keep them accurate and reflective of the dynamic user environment. This constant alignment helps us understand the shifting currents of user expectation. Moving to the personalizing flexibility in the development process. In the world of rapid change, rigid development process can hinder our ability to adapt effectively. And it's crucial to prioritize flexibility, embracing methodologies like Agile allows for iterative development, quick pivots, and seamless integration of changes. So this flexibility ensures that we can swiftly respond to emerging user needs. Finally, let's discuss the leveraging of automation for testing and development. Adapting quickly requires a robust infrastructure, and automation plays a vital role. Automation Automated testing ensures that updates are thoroughly examined before development, minimizing the risk of glitches. Similarly, automated development streamlines the process, allowing for rapid and hassle-free updates. Incorporating those best practices is like fortifying our adaptation armor. They empower us to stay agile, attuned, and efficient as we navigate the dynamic landscape of user requirements. It's essential to remember that the art of the adaptation is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing journey fueled by those principles. So, as we bring to the closer of this journey, let's recap the key points we have explored in our discussion on adapting to the user requirements. We embarked on this journey to understand the importance of adapting to ever-evolving user needs. We recognize that today's users seek not just solutions but experience that align with their references. We discussed the challenges posed by rapid changes in user expectations and the delicate balance between customization and consistency. We delved into strategies such as agile development and continuous development, which empower us to remain responsive and rapidly changing landscape. We explored that the world of user-centric design, data-driven decision making, and power of adaptive user interface. Through real-world case studies, we saw the tangible impact of those strategies, demonstrating that adapting to dynamic user requirements is not merely an aspiration, but a proven pathway to both business success and user satisfaction. As we navigate this ever-evolving digital terrain, let's remember that the personalization and customization and data-driven insights are our alliance in creating experience that truly matter. We also touched on the future trends of voice gesture control, the role of AI, and ethical consideration that guides us. In conclusion, adapting to dynamic user requirements, it's not just a buzzword. It's significant to fundamental shift in how we approach design, development, and interaction. By maintaining open communication, adapting our tools, embracing flexibility, and leveraging automation, we pave the way to continuous improvements and innovation. Keep in mind that in a world where changes in constant adaptation serves as our anchor. The success of tomorrow belongs to those who understand and cater to the ever-evolving needs of their users. So it was last part of my presentation. Now I would like to invite you to share your insight, questions, and in this way we can continue our conversation.
Wow, what an amazing presentation. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed it, especially the part about, adapting quickly through best practices. Really, really enjoyed that. We do have a few questions for you, Tinatin. One of them is, how important do you think it is to follow agile ceremonies when aiming to deliver value in an iterative and continuous manner and maintaining a tight feedback loop?
Oh, thank you. It's very important questions, and thanks audience for sharing.
Apologies, Tinatin, we seem to have lost your sound a little bit there. My apologies. I think we would need to just have a go at. Maybe we can have another go at another question, and while we're doing that, you can just check if your microphone is working. Okay. We're just having some sound difficulties. There are some really, really interesting questions that I'm sure our audience would like an answer to. But for the time being, there's a couple of more questions here. In an era of rapidly changing technology, how can smaller businesses with limited resources effectively adopt dynamic user requirements? If you're back with us, Tanata, can you hear me? Okay, while we work on that, why don't our audience go over to our program page, click on Tinatin if she or her presentation spoke to you, if it's something that you were interested in, and that she shared some really interesting insights there, and you can vote for her as your favorite presentation and speaker while we try and get her back on the screen for you with some sound. In an ever-changing world of technology, we still seem to be having sound issues. We have lost our guest, but she is more than happy to answer your questions in the YouTube chat. So please post them there, and she will get back to you in answering those questions for you. Thank you so much for watching and your participation in this session. Please stay tuned for the next one.